All right, this is brother YASHARAHLA. Back with another video, man. I just want to hit on something. I was watching a video the other day. First and foremost, let me give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to my apostles, my elders and apostles of GMS, in whom the truth resides. Peace and blessings be multiplied unto you, Akim, out there that's preaching this truth, man. That's doing this work, man, in love and sincerity. Okay, this is just to hit on the atrocities that's happening in Puerto Rico, man. I know a few brothers hit on it, man, but it's just so many things that's going on, man, in America. I just want to hit on this, man, because this is this dilemma is worse than Katrina. Okay, and I know a lot of you northern kingdoms now, man, are realizing, man, that you're part of the so-called minority, man, which Esau calls us, which we know us and Great Millstone know that we're not the we're not the minority, okay? But you know now, you feeling it, you feeling the heat, man. All right, because we've been out here years and week in and week out and years in and years out preaching, man, that Ephraim is a part of the lost tribes, man. Well, we're lost, man. Okay, we're not lost anymore, man, because you got men out on the highways and byways teaching their true nationality, man. Matter of fact, it's actually a brother among you in in Puerto Rico. It's a brother affiliated with GMS, man, or brothers. I'm not sure if it's two Akim or one. Okay, but yeah, man. In a nutshell, man, the thing that's happening, the flood and the things that's happening behind the storm that happened in Puerto Rico, whether Esau caused it or not, it doesn't matter. But they have had these things in plan for a long time now, man. I was going across an article about a bill that was passed, man, during the 1960s, man, by J. Edgar Hoover. It's called a King Alfred Plan, Rex 84. Okay, which that bill is to eradicate the so-called Negro and nat so-called Negro and the I would say Latin tribes, but Esau would say the Hispanics. That's what he would probably call them. But basically, what's happening in Puerto Rico now, man, is Rex 84, which is they don't have to even call FEMA out to do any harm to you because it's already the damage been done. But really, I'm gonna go and I got a video I'm gonna post where I want to show in this video and how they section off the land in Rex 84, the King Alfred plan, where they section off the whole United States in grids. Okay, and one thing that I noticed that the islands was not included. So why wouldn't they cause a natural disaster or something to get you off that island? Okay, which they're doing now. I heard from what I heard. I'm not sure how they're doing it, but they saying they got free flights for the people in Puerto Rico to bring them inland because Puerto Rico is a part of America, so called, and they got flights to carry people to loved ones or whoever that they can stay with in America, which don't matter anyway, man. They're gonna that land is gonna be that's over with. Them real estaters and them bankers are gonna come in, man, and they just gonna buy up all that land and they gonna try to make that shit an island for Americans to go travel to, man. So that land is over with. All right. So I'm gonna let you see this video. Okay, let me get a scripture first. Um, mm, All right. Okay, this is Hosea 4:13. He said, "The sacrifices upon the top." Um, it's like, okay. You know what? I can really start from one, man. This is all about Ephraim, man. I said, this is Hosea 4:1. He said, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have the controversy with the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the power in the land." Right, man, because you guys, Northern Kingdom, man, Ephraim was not regarding Yahweh Shah via in that so-called land, man. Puerto Rico is not the name that Yahweh Shai gave his people, man. You're from the tribe of Ephraim, man. Okay, which means fruitful. Which that's your true nationality, man. But you couldn't get that, man, because Puerto Ricans are very very proud people, man. Along with a lot of the Southern Kingdom, man, are proud as shit. Proud to be Mexican, proud to be proud of this shit that this Edomite gave you, man. A false heritage. Okay. And Esau, Ephraim was over there in that land, man. You was worshiping Cesare Bozier, uh, um, the Virgin Mary. You be heavy up into that, man. Which this chapter is going to get into later on, down further. Okay, and see, they said no truth because this is I have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of the power in the land. Verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery and breaking out and blood touches blood. Yeah, because you had all type of women worship over there. You had gang violence, dope. It was selling dope out from Esau putting on that island. Pretty sure of it. But it was all type of wickedness going on over there in Puerto Rico, man. You know, that land has never been that land, man. They've been going through before this happened, man. They was going through hell before then. Okay, your land, you've been on the brink of bankruptcy for maybe 20 to 30 plus years, man. So you've never had it good, man. So guess what, man? Ephraim is finding out that they fall up under these curses too, man. All right, verse 3. He said, "Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field." Right, man, because you were languishing, man. That land never was flourishing, man. And what and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. Right, because there's nothing over there to eat now. I mean, shit, it's really desolate over there now. You really fucked up. Verse 4, he said, "Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophets also shall fall with thee in the night, and will destroy thy mother." The prophet did fall with them because we had a brother over there, man. All right, but that brother's, hey, man, through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, man, that brother's going to be restored, man. Brothers trying to reach out and contact him. I don't know if anyone has successfully found out is the brother fine or not, but um, Lord, through the Spirit, man, that brother's Lord willing, that brother's fine. Verse 6, my people are destroyed from lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. So yeah, man. So Yahweh Shah is rejecting Ephraim right now because they're, like I said, man, you calling on them now. Wait, matter of fact, you're not even calling on them. You're calling on Jesus or the Queen of Heaven, man. Um, um, I forgot what exactly did they call Mary? They call her Mary, the Virgin Mary. You're calling on anything else but Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man, because you have not known him. All right, and that's what the brother was doing. That was down there. He's trying to wake up the elect down there. Okay, he rejected knowledge, and I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children, right? And you're them children, man. All right? From our forefathers sinning, man, and we're them children back again. Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. Right, like I said, they was proud as shit, man, but they're ashamed now. They eat up the sins of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity, and they shall be like, and they should be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings. Which Yahweh Shai is rewarding you for your doings, man, because everything that you worship, man, is set forth and put in place, man, by Esau, which came in the Spaniard, which came with the Spaniards, all right, because they were the ones that conquered your people, all right, through Christopher Columbus, Colon. Verse 10: For they shall eat and not have enough; they shall commit whoredoms and shall not increase, because they have laid off and taken heed to the Salaka, because they shall not increase, because they have laid off to take heed to the Lord. Okay, yeah, because they have, man, for they shall eat and not have enough, they shall commit whoredom and shall not increase. Right, you committed whoredoms by those false idols, man, and the doctrines that you guys keep. Um, he said, because they have left off to take heed to the Lord. Right. So, because you haven't, well, that brother was out there, and good thing he was preaching, man. We don't know who was on the line or who have heard him, but soon as that brother's been out preaching, man, I'm not sure how long. I think it may have been a year or so, maybe two, but however long, Yahweh Shah brought judgment upon that island, man. All right, verse 11, whoredoms and wine and new wine take away the heart. Right, man. That new wine would be new doctrines and new philosophies. He said, my people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staffs declareth unto them. He said, my people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staffs declare unto them, for the spirit of the whoredom hath caused them to err. Right, that spirit of whoredom, what is the different doctrines, man, and the philosophies that you all have followed via Esau putting those doctrines down, man. Christianity, Catholicism, um, like I said, the Virgin Mary, all those doctrines, man. The God of Guadalupe or whatever else you guys believe in, man. Okay, and it says, cause them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their God. Okay, verse 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadows thereof is good. Therefore, your daughters shall commit whoredoms, and your spouses shall commit adultery. Which I'm sure that is going on over there a lot. 14. I will not punish your daughters. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredoms, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they have sacrificed with harlots. Therefore, the people that doeth not understand shall fall. Yep, and that's exactly why your country is going. That's why your island is going through that, man. You know, Yahweh Shah is not playing anymore. Verse 15, though Israel played the harlot, yet Israel is another way to saying Ephraim, because Ephraim is the head tribe of of the northern kingdom, man. Okay, they have played the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not yet, and come not ye unto Gilgad, neither go ye up to Aven, nor swear, the Lord liveth. For Israel, slideth back as backsliding heifer. Now the Lord will feed them as lambs in the large place. Right, man, because you're going to have to depend on Yahweh Shem Shah, man. All right? Wherever you go. And like I said, them destroying that island, it's all systematically, man. It's all systematic because they bring you inland because they're getting ready to implicate this Rex 84. All right, verse 17. Ephraim, this is the verse I was talking about earlier. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredoms continuously. Her rulers with shame do love. They committed whoredoms continuously, and her rulers with shame do love give ye. Right, because the rulers over there are really puppet governments, man. America probably set up those rulers that's over there. He said, the wind hath bound her up. The wind hath bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. And that's spiritual, man. The wind did bound her up. Because what happened over there, you just had a hurricane. And the wind bounded that place up, man. And devastated. Okay? And now you ashamed, man. You're supposed to be a spiritual people, man, but you can't be spiritual if you don't know you don't even know the name of your God, man. You only got the names of the gods that Esau and the doctrine that Esau gave you, man. Okay? Let me go to this video. I'm not gonna play this whole thing, man, because this is
long areas of bleed over, so to speak, and that's an appropriate term given the deadly instinct.
This is a long video, so I ain't gonna play the whole thing. But you brothers get the address and you can get to it.
Let's run down what we're going to be talking about tonight. In a general sense, here's what we're going to be talking about. The first of the programs that we did on terror, and it should be said that with tonight's broadcast, as with the others, there will be strong areas of bleed over, so to speak, and that's an appropriate term given the deadly instincts of the people we're talking about. There will be a strong amount of...
Yeah, you brothers can go and get this video, man, because it's long. James Abez, it's a Rex 84 Camp FEMA, and the King Alfred Plan controversy. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of it, man. But if you can see the map right here, where they section it all off, okay, you see those islands right there, man. They're not included. Okay, well, like I said, they will be included because, like I said, um, Puerto Rico is a part of America, so it doesn't matter. You know, martial law would have hit over there, it still would have been the same thing. But that now Puerto Rico is wiped off the map. They're finna deport all those. They're finna not deport. They're finna transfer those people from them islands over to Americas, man. And this is how they gonna section America off, man, and set this thing up, man. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of this.
Bleed over from the various lines of demarcation that we have set out for the programs. Although the first part of our series was on the drug connections, the next three on the terror connections. In fact, the drug and terror connections are inseparable. We're distinguishing between them primarily for conceptual purposes because the working capital from the narcotics traffic engaged in by the members of our intelligence community whom the Christic Institute have termed.
Correct, because they are simultaneously, because basically you can't have they did that Pacific. They did that on purpose, man. They attributed drugs to Jake, okay, which we know different, man, because the scripture says through his traffic he had got riches. All right, okay, and all those wars over there in the Middle East, man, is all the biggest money maker in America, man. It's not. It's war but it's also drugs, man. Drugs keep this whole place turning around, man. Because you got drugs for your pharmaceuticals, you got drugs on the streets. It's just drugs, man. This place is founded and kept off of drugs trafficking, man. Okay? Play some more.
The secret team has provided the working capital for the various machinations and skullduggery, which will occupy a large part of has occupied most of our attention in the three parts we've dealt with on terror. Now, in the second program, Radio Free America number 30, the first of our programs about terror, we talked about the Tropel Wilson team. We've talked about them perhaps ad nauseum for some of our listeners. We've been focusing on them for years, and we've been focusing on them because not only are they one of the prime movers in American national security policy, but specifically the main focus, the main stock and trade of the Tropel Wilson team has been the exportation of terror. Many of the terrorist groups and elements that have been invaded against so heavily by the Reagan administration have in fact been actively armed and trained and at times protected by this very administration. The scenario that we've introduced very often, and it will come home in a very big way this evening, is that of the Reichstag fire. Basically provocation, setting up an incident in order to discredit one's enemy and to serve, first of all, as a pretext for the restriction of civil liberties here at home and military adventurism abroad. One might take a look at our growing naval presence in the Persian Gulf to attest to how effective a policy that can be when properly executed. Now, the second, we left off with the Tropel Wilson team in Radio Free America number 30. In our last program, Radio Free America number 31, we began focusing on the systematic use of terror as a strategic instrument by the elements of the secret team. We focused on what appears to have been a destabilization of the Carter regime almost from the very beginning. The Carter administration made a number of changes which were not pleasing to various members of the secret team. They withdrew their financial support from the mullahs in Iran. Previously, the CIA had paid $400 million annual subsidy to the religious leaders in Iran to keep them off of the Shah's back. Members of the secret team were heavily involved with the security for the Shah. In addition, one of the people looming large in the background, namely Henry Kissinger, and his scion, in a sense, his financial scion, David Rockefeller, were very much involved with the Shah's economic situation.
Man, this is kind of crazy, man, because the names that he's mentioning, man, I was a kid, man. I remember my dad, used to have me watching the news, man, and he used to tell me to watch the news, man, and key news anchors and stuff. Those names ring a bell because those were the news guys back then. He said Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger was a newscaster back then, and it just trips me out because this thing's been that this plan has been put together so long ago that it only takes a devil to be able to have that type of hatred for you, man. Okay, with that, I'm gonna get with that said, I want to go back to the scripts. Get Ezekiel 35:5 because I looked this up earlier. It said, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end." Right, man. So you didn't let up on us, man, because we did have an end to our calamity, man. But um, you furthered our afflictions, man. Matter of fact, I should have read the rest of it. You furthered the afflictions, man. Okay. Verse 6, "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith thou. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate." Mount Seir is where Esau come from. "And cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that he returneth, and I will fill his mountains with the slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So yeah, man. So it only takes a devil to have this much hate to implicate a plan that's this long, man. Henry Kissinger, man, was newscasting back in the fucking 70s, 60s, bro. I was born in 67, so I mean, fuck. And then and then again, then I look at I was in like I had to be in like sixth grade, fifth or sixth grade. My old man had me watching the news, and when he mentioned about Henry Kissinger, so these names that he's naming are like triggering shit. I'm like, damn, that was long ago. That's a long time to have a plan implicated, man, to destroy people, man. So he's always had this perpetual hatred for you. Okay, let's continue.
The Shah banked his enormous oil profits with Chase Manhattan Bank.
Also, I did research. I was in about fifth or sixth grade because I had to do a paper on. This is back when they had the Shah of Iran had came to America. I think and in the Middle East, they held it was a plane there, and they held some hostages for like 91 days or something. It was a while, but anyway, I remember that it's just as clear as day because I had to watch the news to do a report on it. That's crazy, man. Y'all was shot, had me to do that, man. Up until man, it's funny how the spirit, man, deals with you about something, man, and then it comes back and comes back to you, man, years later. Okay.
We took a look at such things as the apparent deep sixing of the hostage. First of all, actually, we took a look, first of all, at what appeared to have been attempts to...
Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just close it up, man. With this, man, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, double honors to the elder apostles, GMS, you brother, and peace and blessing be multiplied until you Akim, the sick teaching the truth and sincerity. All right, because this video it is interesting, brothers. You know, I pray that you brothers go back and watch it, man, and I hope brothers was edified. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.